Rage was a game that was 2 years too late and developed by a company focused on tech rather than a good game. I'm talking about the original Rage, by the way. Those were the words, more or less, by John Carmack, who worked at id Software during the launch of the original title. There was a brilliant shooter hidden in that game that felt somewhat outdated. The original Rage wasn't a major hit, but it gathered a following nonetheless. Rage 2, developed mostly by Avalanche Studios, follows the original title but takes things and blows it out of proportion. Marketed as a world of insanity and compared to the likes of Mad Max Fury Road, the end product left people wanting more, and as a result, Rage 2 felt flat, especially after the way it was promoted, although it was a damn fun game. Taking place after the events of the original, an army of cyborg mutants starts laying waste to a world which has already been left in chaos. Your character, male or female, are thrown into this world without much context, but at a time where everything was going to hell. It almost reminded me of Doom, where you're just there to kill things with very little story added, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if done correctly. Rage 2 often made me ask the question if this game existed for any other reason than to kill things and blow stuff up, as the story never really grabbed my attention. You're often tasked to go here, do that thing, kill this boss, but without much meaning to it. It doesn't really know what it wants to be, whereas Doom, for example, knows exactly what it is and it succeeds in doing so. Using bionic powers, you have multiple abilities to throw enemies, explode them, and combine that with your vast array of weapons. It makes for an interesting and fun time, especially when you find a nest of enemies causing chaos everywhere. The problem is that it just doesn't happen often enough. If you're not spending time driving from one area to the next, then you'll be looking through outposts and exploring areas which feels relatively empty. There was a lot of rinse and repeat to progress the main storyline, aside from being forced to listen to uninteresting dialogue, but there are some parts that could bring some potential interest, especially with the new expansion released at the time I'm reviewing this. I'll probably touch on that expansion in a separate review. However, when the action happens, it brings a smile to my face. Rage 2 does a fantastic job with the weapons and abilities, and the enemies are just varied enough to make fights interesting. You really feel each punch of your weapon, and it is by far one of the most satisfying shooters I've played in a long time. Rage 2 is a chaotic game when it happens, and the on-foot action is by far more satisfying than any vehicle or combat. As mentioned, the only problem is that it doesn't happen often enough. There are also upgrades and enhancements to suit your playstyle in addition to cheat codes, which cause some buzz up front, but it isn't a necessity and you'd be fine playing the game as is. Visually, the game looks stunning and ran smooth on my PS4 Pro. There wasn't a single performance issue no matter how many enemies appeared on screen. It is just unfortunate that expectations were so high due to its marketing campaigns, but with the current expansion and future content down the line, not to mention that Rage 2 often goes on a sale, I would say that Rage 2 is definitely a game I'd look at during a sale. If I had to put a score on this, then I'd easily give it a 7 out of 10. I'd like to thank Game Affinity as well as Bethesda for providing me with a review key and Sonic Informed for the AverMedia capture device. For more gaming content, check out the rest of my channel, and if you like this video then give me a thumbs up, if you dislike it then give me a thumbs down, but please tell me why so I can improve my videos. My name is Frank, I'm the RedTieGuy, and finally, thank you for watching. Catch you guys in the next video.